Hello, my fellow sweet transvestites and virgins. So it is starting to get that time of year again, and no, I am not talking about back to school time. This is the season of the pumpkin spice lattes, flannel everything, not just for lesbians, and of course, the Rocky Horror Picture Show bitch, yes. Now, if you have ever met me, hi, nice to meet you. I'm obsessed. I was in last year's showing, I was a Transylvanian, and I had the time of my life. I mean, seeing someone as sexy as Tim Curry in fishnets, I mean, are you kidding me? No, I absolutely adore the Rocky Picture Show, everything about it. And I actually did my second drag show, the first Friday here where I'm from. I performed dressed as Dr. Furter. I have a playlist on my channel called Performances, and if you want to, please go check that out so you can see what all went down. Boy, it was a lot. And that brings me to today's video. I'm going to be showing you guys how I put together my Frankenfurter look for the show. So why don't you stay for the night, or maybe a bite, and let me show you my obsession. So if you want to see how I turn into this, just keep watching. Now, for those of you who have not heard of the Rocky Picture Show, what the fuck is wrong with you? I mean, you really should check it out. Honestly, look up the movie, look up the stage adaptation on YouTube. If you can, go to a live showing. It's so much fun. Just make sure you tell them that you're a virgin, and they'll take care of you. Okay, I'm gonna let my face dry a second. So, in short, the Rocky Picture Show is usually a shadow cast, or at least ours is usually a shadow cast of performers who perform as the movie plays on the screen behind them. The movie follows Asshole and Slut, better known as Brad and Janet. So, Asshole and Slut are two extremely prudish, very vanilla and boring white people. They get sent on the ride of their life, better known as Dr. Frankenfurter. The whole movie is based off of science fiction movies at the time. Movies that were popular at the time and had a similar kind of style and that kind of stuff. It is a musical, but believe me, you are gonna have fun singing these songs. Ooh. Okay. So I won't go into what exactly the plot is because I don't want to spoil it for anyone, because it's a ride, but it's a ride you want to take. What am I doing? Oh, like, I mean, you got science fiction, you have aliens, you have references to Dr. Frankenstein, you have a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. If I had the memory on my phone, which I use to record everything, by the way, I could dissect the movie into, you know, all of the meanings behind the imagery, because there is a shit ton of imagery in this movie. For example, in one scene, Dr. Frankenfurter is wearing a green dress with a pink triangle on the breast of it, which is what they used to identify homosexuals in the Holocaust, similar to how the Jewish people had to wear a gold star. So I did Dr. Frankenfurter's eyebrows as upturned, kind of like Hedwig from Hedwig and the Angry Inch. And I bring them out right here to about where my wing would be. So as I was doing this at the Pride performance, I described my eyebrows as looking like Betty Boop. To which one of my fellow queens, Fata Morgana, replied, "Girl, like Betty Boop went to hell." Which, I mean, I'm not gonna say I agree, but I see it. See, you want to look like you're concerned about your life choices. Now, I'm making sure to get these corners. Don't worry about if they go past that line or not. We can go back in the end and clean it. Also, about going back, you're gonna notice in doing this, because I'm using a fluffy brush, it's going to blend that eyeliner that we use for our eyebrows and it might soften that a little bit, which is completely fine because you're going to have to go back over them anyway in the end and make them just so much darker. Alright, now I'm going to create this line to help kind of guide my eyeliner just a little bit. I feel naked without a wing. So, right, I'm just taking this down my nose. Now I'm going to take a more firm brush and just pack that. So I'm just now realizing this is not how I did my makeup for the Pride thing. I did my eyebrows detached instead of having them like this, kind of like how they are in the movie. But this is more like the movie and what you'd probably see more of like a Frankie Furter. Plus, it's kind of far to turn back now. Oops, I'm going to take a flat brush and go in. It's a pure white, so I use it to cut my crease. I'm going to cut it up higher where my eye fold is so that my eyes look bigger. I'm also going to bring it a little further inside so it makes my nose look a little bit more pinched in the center. So I'm actually going to leave this part of my eye white, and I'm just going to kind of blend this to soften that edge so it makes this look more like my eye fold instead of this down here. And I'm just going to cover that with eyeliner. Something that I do to kind of open my eyes up is I bring my eyeshadow kind of down so I can add some white in there. Now some queens like really bushy, big eyebrows because it kind of proportions their face to look, well, more proportionate. I don't. I like kind of like the pencil-y, kind of pin-up looking eyebrows that are rather thin. It's not looking too bad. I'm not necessarily proud of this, but I'm not looking bad. I'm going to start by defining this line that I made earlier, and then I'm going to continue it up, following this line that I made with this black. If you got hooded eyes like I do, instead of doing this straight line, what you could do is make kind of like an oval-like shape. Like, instead of going down, go over. And then match your fold. This way, you don't have to worry about it traveling from here to here because it's already from there to there. This time, it's just on purpose. Now, this whole movie has a very rock and roll kind of centered atmosphere. So, for cheeks and contour, I'm going to take my Morphe blush palette, which is Blushing Babe. I'm going to go through and do kind of a contour with my blushes. Now this reminds me a lot of like David Bowie and his makeup. So I'm going to go in with a darker color right here in the pocket of where I want that shadow to be. Then I'm going to go in with this really bright Fearless shade and just blast it out. We wear a lot of blush because we're happy to be alive. Alright, now I'm going to carry some onto my forehead. I saw this trick from a queen named Stevie Cobain, who has her own channel here if you look up Stevie Cobain, because this isn't quite so harsh if you don't have like a huge forehead and don't want to contour it, but you can use blush and it'll work. Now like I said earlier, this is not exactly Frankie Furter's style of makeup, but this was very much inspired from the Rocky Picture Show. Oh, I also did a beauty mark right here. Now an iconic symbol in the movie is the lips, and God said, "Let there be lips," and there were, and there are. Now if it looks like it's traveling or if it's not going on where you want, just remember, this whole movie is sex and rock and roll, so no one gives a shit. Alright guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up. and subscribe to me if you haven't already. So I need to ask a favor of you guys. If you have watched this video, I really ask that you go down to the description and donate. By the time that this video is up, I will have made my donation, and I figured since I've gotten about 800 views on this channel, I might as well try and get something here. The group who have been doing the Rocky Picture Show where I am from are basically having to build our show from the ground up because we were basically kicked out of where we usually perform. Now, that is not to send hate to any of the parties involved because we're all adults. We can all be reasonable. They're telling us it was because of money, which I hope is the case, and I hope that it isn't because of other reasons. Long story short, we're building our show from the ground up, and we need help. If you will, I think the minimum donation is $5. That's basically a Starbucks coffee. If you can, please, we would really... If you can't, I understand, but know that if you do send, that we really appreciate it. And it is really helping out a bunch of no-good kids in a place where it's not always the best to be a no-good kid. So, my phone did a stupid like it always does, and I cannot for the life of me find where I put the outro. But I do want to say thank you guys for watching, and thank you to all those who are donating, and I really appreciate the support that has been shown to my channel. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!